Hello, my name is Lance Shoulders, and welcome to the inaugural segment of Bridge House Interactive, where we bring our work, team members, and our clients to the screen through video and voice. I'm incredibly excited on this very first segment to have Bridge House's CEO, Christopher Setterdahl, here to kick off this Bridge House Interactive. Thanks, Christopher.
Thank you, Lance. It's a pleasure to be here.
Awesome. Great. Congratulations on the 6-year anniversary, by the way.
Thank you.
Excellent. Well, before we get into the year ahead and talking about Bridge House markets and what to expect, I would like you to give the audience a little bit of overview about what Bridge House does.
Well, Bridge House was founded in 2017 as a purposely built environmental and sustainability advisory firm focused on the financial markets, primarily middle market private equity. And we believe that our advisory services help our clients make more informed, sustainable investments that help them maximize their investment opportunities.
Great. Appreciate that overview, Christopher. You mentioned a couple of terms in there I'm going to package together. Environmental, social, and governance in terms of focus areas for our clients. That acronym's gotten a lot of attention over the last year. Could you tell us where that's coming from?
It is coming from a lot of skeptical people, primarily related to the public markets where there are raters and rankers and there are firms that are leveraging and branding themselves as sustainable or ESG funds. And they have, rightfully so, been criticized for leveraging ESG without actually having actionable ESG themes in their investments. However, I believe that term has been inappropriately characterizing the private markets, primarily private equity, and where ESG in private equity is primarily just essentially a proxy for good business. And our clients have been fundamentally making good business decisions, investing in ethical and responsible firms.
Great, Christopher. Let's talk about markets for a second. Talk about how 2023 fared for Bridge House.
2023 was a disappointing year. Overall deal activity was down, particularly in the U.S. Far less dollars were deployed in 2023 versus 2022. But Bridge House fared rather well. Quite pleased with our performance this year, primarily because of our diversification of services and continued increase in involvement working with portfolio companies. And we think that success is only going to continue in 2024 in a combination of a rising tide with greater deal activity, post-investment services at the portfolio company level, and value creation. So I'm very excited about 2024.
Great. Let's unpack that a little bit in terms of 2024. Let's talk about the markets in terms of what we expect to see there. And you mentioned the word diversification. I'd love you to kind of peel that back a little bit more in terms of what you expect to see Bridge House do.
We essentially work in three verticals. We work with private equity firms at the firm fund level, developing their strategies and programs. We provide three primary services of transactional due diligence, traditional environmental, facilities asset evaluations, and then also ESG due diligence. And as part of that due diligence, we identify areas of risk and opportunities, areas of attention to work with the portfolio companies during the investment hold, and providing sustainability reports, making it meaningful back to the stakeholders in the LP class.
And you see a different mix of those three verticals in terms of making 2024 successful for Bridge House?
A greater emphasis on the portfolio companies. We just think there's tremendous opportunities to actually operationalize value creation plans.
Christopher, you mentioned a couple months ago in a discussion we had that nobody else can do what we do. Break that down for us, please.
Well, it's more the intentionality of where we're taking the company and the services that we provide. We do have a very diverse set of skills and services, but I think the intentionality is what really distinguishes us from the marketplace, where we do provide excellent transactional due diligence that includes not only traditional environmental, but the facility due diligence integrated with our overall ESG. And then working with the portfolio company and the firm fund level and looking at the metrics and monitoring, providing meaningful reporting to report back out to their stakeholders. So we do think we're very unique in that way.
Talk about our clients for a second in terms of their expectations. How do you see those evolving over the next year or two?
Well, I think the market has become far more sophisticated over the last several years, more of an understanding and grasping what themes are relevant to their investment needs. But going forward, I think there's a higher expectation of value creation, how we can operationalize due diligence findings in a meaningful way to improve the growth of the portfolio companies during their investment cycle. And part of that is to make it simple. clients do not want burdensome, complex reporting for the sake of reporting. But there is an acceptance that this is a commercially driven phenomenon more so than a regulatory driven phenomenon, and effectively becoming a cost of doing business. And we're trying to help our clients be more competitive in what they do, but make it easy for them.
It's going to be exciting to bounce that off our clients in some upcoming sessions here in the new year. Let's talk about culture, the Bridge House culture, and how does that help our clients be more successful?
Yeah, well, it comes down to people. We want to attract and hire and retain the best talent, but we're also really focused on hiring people that are highly enthusiastic about what they do, because enthusiasm is infectious. And we're also looking for individuals that are very curious and want to continue to learn. And we're fortunate at Bridge House where we have exceptional entry-level staff working with professionals been in this space for 40 plus years, and seeing the interaction of these different generations working together in collaborative ways, I think is very, very powerful, and it leads to a sense of excitement at the workplace, and I think it comes through with the client experience.
Well, Christopher, thanks again for all your insights into the markets, Bridge House services, and the clients as we are looking ahead to 2024. Maybe a closing comment before we wrap?
I'm super excited. The first 6 years have been a wonderful experience for me, and I expect for the team, but I'm also very excited about 2024 and the future ahead. I think we have a fantastic set of offerings, enthusiastic clients that are very interested in this space. And as I said earlier, nobody does what we do with the intentionality we have with the breadth of services and the keen curiosity of what additional services and offerings that we can present in a meaningful way it creates impact for our clients.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Christopher. Appreciate all the time you've given us here today.
Thank you very much, Lance.
Be on the lookout for this installment and future installments of Bridge House Interactive at bridgehouseadvisors.com.